Good, happy Saturday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Good Morning, New Hampshire. Let's get started. Peaceful anti-Trump protests held near State House. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
In sales event, AutoFair Volkswagen will donate a portion of the proceeds for every vehicle sold to the Nashua Soup Kitchen and Shelter. See more at AutoFairBW.com.
AutoFair makes it happen.
In front of the State House, dozens made their opinions known in downtown Concord.
We reject the president-elect!
Protesters have marched in opposition to Donald Trump's election victory over the last 3 nights in some of America's largest cities.
No Trump! No KKK! No racist USA!
The Concord rally was peaceful as organizers conveyed their disappointment with the election, disheartened by Trump, who they say doesn't represent America's good values.
America is not meant to be hateful. We're not hateful people.
I am here because I have 3 granddaughters, and I am upset.
I feel like this is the kind of thing that we need to do more of and be a part of what's going on in the country. And
supporters say it's important for others to see what they call a showing of strength.
Remember that through all of this hatred and negativity, that you must be the change that you wish to see.
And they're hoping their voices are heard by elected leaders.
It's hard to be heard by the government and state officials. I know that you can contact them and you can write them letters, but they're very easy to ignore. This is not so easy to ignore.
With the rally falling on a holiday, organizers say they're not trying to distract from the significance of Veterans Day.
Donald Trump has said many ignorant and disrespectful things to veterans, and we want to be here with them and not against them.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Teenager shot on Boston bike path, Mass State Police say. A 16-year-old boy was shot Friday on a bike path in Boston, according to Massachusetts State Police. State Police said the unidentified boy was found on a path behind the Ryan Playground off River Street in Mattapan just before 5:30 p.m. The teenager was taken to Boston Medical Center to be treated and is expected to recover. The motive for the shooting hasn't been determined and no arrests have been made. The incident remains under investigation. What a Trump cabinet might look like. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Comes to healthcare, seconds can mean the difference between life and death.
For Partners in Health, time is life. We have 18,000 people around the world. The Microsoft Cloud helps our entire staff stay connected and work together in real time to help those that need it.
The ability to collaborate changes how we work. What we do together changes how we live.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Friday night, and what a week it's been here in America. The election is over, but inside Trump Tower tonight, the next administration is just beginning. And this evening, we're on the inside as we learn many of the names and faces who could be on board in this administration. The president-elect out of sight at Trump Tower today, but the trucks were not, filled with sand there, a protective barrier now outside. So many key names seen heading in, Rudy Giuliani among them, the 2 posts he could be up for. And Ivanka Trump, her husband, her brothers, all of them involved in shaping the next White House. But already some breaking headlines, Donald Trump's tweets as president-elect. And on Obamacare, his new comments tonight. Will it stay alive under President Trump? ABC's Tom Yamas leading us off.
Tonight, Trump Tower a fortress, armed police out front. The president-elect inside, surrounded by his core team. His White House now taking shape. 24 hours ago, Trump's visit to the Obama White House going off without a hitch.
And I look forward to being with you many, many more times in the future. Thank you, sir.
Returning to his Manhattan skyscraper, Trump seemed pleased. Really good meeting, he tweeted. Great chemistry. But as night fell, the mood at Trump Tower growing dark. On the sidewalk outside and in cities across the country, protesters taking to the streets to denounce the president-elect.
We reject the president-elect.
Trump, keenly aware of it all, and at 9:19 p.m., firing off this angry tweet. Just had a very open and successful presidential election. Now, professional protesters, incited by the media, are protesting. Very unfair. But overnight, Trump's tone suddenly changing. Just after 6 a.m., a very different message. Love the fact that the small groups of protesters last night have passion for our great country. We will all come together and be proud. Hours later, Trump's inner circle starting to arrive. Former campaign manager Kellyanne Conway, now a senior advisor, meeting me inside.
A lot of people said you weren't going to win.
Well, right, but they don't work here. And
Conway telling me Vice President-elect Mike Pence is now taking over the transition, replacing embattled New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who will assume a lesser role. As for who will make up the Trump cabinet, Trump's children, Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, will play a big role in that decision. All three now named to the transition team, helping to build their father's administration, even as they prepare to take over the family.
I'll recognize that.
We're not going to be involved in government.
But now we know the Trump family will, in fact, be deeply involved in shaping the Trump White House, creating the appearance, at least, of a couple.
They're brilliant. It's a very personal decision what people do and how they feel they can best serve within the context of their own personal relationships. But at the same time, it's difficult to resist that tug for almost anyone.
Among the big names in contention for top jobs, Newt Gingrich, RNC Chairman Reince Priebus, and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, spotted at Trump Tower today.
I have no expectation. All I do is give my advice.
Giuliani, a former federal prosecutor, certainly sounds interested in being Attorney General.
I certainly have the energy, and there's probably nobody that knows the Justice Department better than me.
And Tom Llamas with us live tonight. And Tom, Rudy Giuliani is also under consideration for another top job.
That's right, David. Rudy Giuliani's loyalty to Donald Trump may eventually pay off. We hear not only is he be considered for Attorney General, but also Secretary of State.
David, Tom Llamas leading us off on a Friday night.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Anti-Trump protests spread across nation. Thousands took the street of cities across the United States late Friday and early Saturday as anti-Donald Trump protesters saw highways and interstates blocked, numerous arrests, and a shooting at a march in Portland, Oregon. Now let's turn things to the weather now and take a look at the weather. And here's a live look on radar right now. As you see on radar, we have a few clouds throughout the day and some clear skies as well. Now let's take a look on our weather system. Your weather on our weather system, your wind speed peak is 8 miles per hour, average is 5, current is 7 from the north. Your temperature is 43 degrees, your humidity is 40%, your dew point is 20 degrees, your forecast is sun/clouds, and your pressure is 30.06. Now let's take a look at your next 7-day forecast. And here's a look at your next 7-day forecast. Your weather for today, breezy and bright, 48 degrees. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more of Good Morning New Hampshire. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.